The year is 1776. On a small island off the coast of Charleston, South Carolina, militiamen under the command of Colonel William Moultrie are underway on the construction of a fort made from the wood of the most abundant tree in the area, the Sabal Palmetto. They are finished with 3 of the 4 walls when the sound of cannon fire and explosions can be heard coming from the sea. The British Navy has begun a naval bombardment of the small, unfinished fort. The bombardment lasts for hours, but to everyone's surprise, the fort still stands tall, and the British are forced to stand down. Hello, my name is and welcome to the Wild Things Podcast, the podcast where we talk about all things wild. Today I'll be talking to you about the Sabal Palmetto, commonly referred to as the cabbage palm. Dale Wade, a botanist at the United States Department of Agriculture, states that the cabbage palmetto is the most widely distributed of our native palm trees. This can be attributed to how far-reaching the trees are. They are a familiar sight across the U.S., appearing along roadsides, beaches, and even front yards, making their tall trunks and bright green spiny leaves easily recognizable to people everywhere in the U.S. The tall bent nature of the Sabal palmetto swaying in the breeze is often used as a cliche, but has merit as the flexible and bendy trees grow curved and sway against the push or pull of coastal winds. The oldest of the palm species that currently populate the planet, Sabal palmetto trees evolved around 85 million years ago and are a type of monocotyledon, commonly known as monocots. With the cabbage palmetto being the oldest of all palm trees still inhabiting the earth, and essentially being dinosaurs, one must wonder, what did they look like way back during that time, and how far-reaching was their habitat? Although we can only wonder what these magnificent trees looked like way back in the past, we can observe what they look like now. The branches of the Sabal palmetto intertwine and look like the antlers of moose or elk locked during a fight. The tree, with its shades of light brown and bright green, towers over its scattered and infrequent neighbors. The loud color of the trees stand out against the light blue skies, while the dull bark blends in with the beach. Upon closer look, the bark seems as if it has hairs or fibers all along the trunk and feels flexible or spongy when pressed. It is this that allowed the walls of Fort Moultrie to take such a beating without falling. The Sabal palmetto is an extremely flexible plant. It has been able to adapt to many environments across the world and has lived for 85 million years. This flexibility, both physically and to its environment, can be compared to the mental flexibility of humans, both in how we've been able to overcome obstacles and thrive, and how it's hindered the human ability to grow and understand one another. The Sabal palmetto can withstand physical stress and environmental changes on unparalleled levels when compared to other trees. Sabal palms are capable of bending 40 to 50 degrees before they begin to snap and can withstand wind speeds of up to 145 miles per hour. The capability to withstand 6.6 Gs of force, as well as being able to bend as far as they can, is perfect for their native habitat, which is frequently hit by hurricanes that can reach and or exceed these speeds. The trees can also survive in harsh weather conditions as well. The United States Department of Agriculture identifies Sabal palmettos as being able to survive an average annual minimum and maximum temperature from about -4 degrees Celsius to 36 degrees Celsius, or 25 degrees Fahrenheit to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. The ability to endure such harsh conditions and still being able to grow allows for these trees to adapt to a multitude of environments apart from their natural one, which has given rise to the trees being planted all over the United States. The clade to which the Sabal palmetto belongs, monocots, survived the mass extinction event that caused most plant and animal life to go extinct 65 million years ago. In the article of Dupes and Dinos, Evolution at the KPG Boundary, the author states that monocots that had their genome duplicated at that time had an increased chance to survive the most recent mass extinction event. Being able to withstand harsh weather conditions, high wind speeds, physical stress, and mass extinction events encapsulates the epitome of the term flexible and can be compared to humans. The human species is extremely flexible in terms of its mentality. The Cambridge Dictionary defines flexibility as the ability to change or be changed easily according to the situation. Flexibility has led to the accomplishment of amazing feats and the will to overcome hardships. A lack of it has also led to atrocities and injustice being committed. It was inflexibility that led to the enslavement of millions of people prior to the Civil War. In an 1861 census, about 4 million people were recorded to have been enslaved to work long, grueling hours in inhuman conditions. Inflexibility led to the American Revolution and the battle that was discussed in the beginning of this podcast. It led to the Holocaust and the murder of 19 million Jews and others, and has led to the conflicts currently happening in Ukraine and Israel. Despite this, however, we prevailed and will prevail in our current situations. It's all because we are flexible. Flexibility led to the freeing of those 4 million people in 1865, as well as the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which gave millions of people equality in all situations almost a century later. Flexibility led to the independence of many nations, as well as the end of hundreds of wars throughout history, and will continue to have the same effect for centuries to come. The Sabal palmetto is an extremely flexible plant, able to withstand harsh weather conditions, high wind speeds, physical stress, and extinction events. Humans are an extremely flexible species, able to overcome every obstacle put in front of us. If we continue to stay flexible like the Sabal palmetto, there's nothing we won't be able to accomplish.